Well, here we are, Friday night. It's Friday. I'm excited for the weekend. Yes, we didn't have a Thursday. Thursday was there, but unfortunately we didn't manage to have an accountability call. Yesterday I had an incredibly busy day and then had to get down to the Arlington business presentation. But as I discussed on one of the other accountability calls, these things happen, and one needs to be flexible with one another's accountability partners. But we always make sure we jump on the horse the next day and cover everything as quickly as possible. But before we get started, I just thought I'd share a little bit of England with you. Hold on a second. Lovely cup of tea. Nothing like a nice cup of tea. In fact, Dani, I want your best English accent, all right? And it's not going to be my accent. It's going to be from London, so a little bit further south. Because they say, I'd say nothing like a nice cup of tea, right? But from London, they'd say nothing like a nice cup of tea. All right?
Well, there's nothing like a nice cup of tea, you know? But what kind of tea are you talking about? Are we talking about tea just the way it is, or a spot of milk?
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Boom, girl. You nailed it. See how fun our account is?
It's just who I am. It's just part of who I am.
I love it. That is so freaking awesome. And I'm telling you, in all truth, it doesn't matter how bad a day you've had. If you make a cup of tea the English way, there's nothing like a nice cup of tea to make it right. No matter what happens. Even if your head falls off. You've had a bad day, your head fell off. Nice cup of tea sorts it out. No problem. Just pour it down your neck. Anyway, I don't know where that came from. I have no idea where that came from. But anyway, let's get on with our day. I'm sure people listening to this call thinking this is supposed to be a accountability call. Mm-hmm. So tell me about your Thursday, my lovely.
Okay, yes. So Thursday, I spoke with two different people. I spoke with. Sorry, I was looking at something, just reading. My notes are a little bit scattered all over the place.
Another book. Yeah.
Was
were you reading just something else completely random or something relevant to what we're talking about?
No, it really is relevant. I promise. It's just like my notes are all over the place. I'm gonna repeat a presentation I did like a week ago, and you're like, Dani, we already covered that.
Let's stay on point. I'm with you. Okay, cool. I'll shush.
So I spoke with a woman named Mary. She was my host for an Airbnb I stayed at in Houston for a race I had. We didn't have a lot of time to get to know each other except for the night before the race. It was a good bit of conversation that we had, and it was itching at me to talk to her about it then, but for some reason I just held back, and I wish I'd done it, but it's a good thing because I stayed in contact with her in case I was there again for another race or whatnot. And I contacted her, very short and sweet invite to look at what I was doing. I started off in a rush. I was like, hey, Mary, I started off with a text, honestly, to make sure that she had my number saved because we were acquaintances, make sure I'm not just calling as a stranger. And she said, absolutely, I remember you. So I called her. I was in a rush, hey, Mary, this is Dani Lane. I stayed with you, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, catch up just a little bit to make sure that she knows that I am in a rush. Let her know what I've been doing, what I've just started as far as a business project that I recently started. It's doing really well in the Dallas area. I started this because I've gotten very passionate about my cooking, and I want to learn more, but it's difficult to travel and learn about cooking all over the world on, minimum wage. So I started this to really build on that and to have some more time. And, I thought of you. You came to mind. You seemed like such an energetic personality, so a real go-getter, and I remember all the little jobs that you were telling, or not little jobs, but I was saying, I remember the jobs that you were telling me about here and there, and I would love to put it in front of you. It may be something that you're interested, it may not, but you seem to meet a lot of new people, and if, you might know someone that this could work for. So I'd love to get some feedback from you and, just steal maybe like 20 minutes of your time And but I don't know what your schedule looks like. So what's the best day to carve out 20 minutes for me? And I threw out Friday, and she ended up saying that Monday would work best, and she was actually really excited. So
yeah, that's a great invite. That's really good.
Really?
I can't criticize that. Yeah, that's great. You did a great job. Yeah. Yeah, well
it was
done.
Very short and sweet.
No. Who's a clever girl? You are. No, it's perfect.
Well, it's interesting. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was just saying you hit every one of the 5 points. You talked about your why. So she's listening with her heart and not just her ears. And saying this is what I want to do, but it's hard to do it on minimum wage. So I got something started, business project. That's telling her that she knows who you are. Obviously, she loves you when from meeting you the first time. And for someone who's young to say not to be a victim, but to be cause over their life and say, well, I'm gonna do something about it. I think that she will immediately warm to that. But again, if she's got all of those other little businesses that she's doing, she's open. So I think you did fantastic. I think you really did really well. I like some of the phrases you used, like I'm not sure what your schedule looks like. That's a really nice segue into the commitment of the time. I might even borrow that myself.
I got it from
really
Beth Newell, actually. So thank her for that.
I seem to remember it from when we were doing when Beth was my victim a little while ago. She used that phrase all the time. It was awesome. But also,
it is a good
run it by you. You talked about running the business by her, right? Or having her eyes on it or something. What was your phrase on that?
I want to put it in front of her.
Yeah, that's great. I like that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, more than anything else, I'm hearing all those 5 elements in there, but more importantly, what it is it's you. It's you and you're passionate and it's your why and you're being nice and fair. There's a nice, strong takeaway in there, so she's relaxed. But it'll also protect you if she says no. So, excellent. I can't fault that. So when are you going to talk to her? On Monday?
Yes, I'm going to talk to her. I'm going to do the presentation with her at 3 p.m. on Monday.
Okay, good job. Fantastic. Can't criticize it. Excellent job. Gold star. Very good.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're my favorite today.
Oh.
Your teacher's pet. How's that?
Oh, yay.
All right, so how did your other call go yesterday?
Yeah, the other one was also pretty short and sweet as well, not just because it was an acquaintance, but it was actually, you were in my 3-way caller this evening with someone that was also from the same company as the person I invited yesterday. That sounded confusing. So there's quite a few people that are on my call list from this company just because it's so perfect. They're all very young, very business-driven, entrepreneurial, driven by money, not just money, but like they want something more, and they're in the same mindset. And I just love it. Direct sales. So I spoke to Sandy, and her name is Sandy, and she was actually another person that was training me alongside the other people, but very, very sweet chick, young but fierce, which I love. And so I told her when I was with that company, I really wanted her to be my official kind of manager, I guess, because you get to choose whose team you want to become a part of. So we became kind of close, and I learned a lot from her. And when I called her yesterday, that was really my hook, I guess. Or not my hook, I'm sorry. Gosh darn, I've run a blank now. That was part of, I'd say it's part of the hook. So I went around the same 5 points. I said, hey, Sandy, guess who it is? And she was really excited to hear from me because we got along well outside of work as well. I said, hey, I'm sorry if I did say this. I know you don't like it. I said, I'm sorry if I'm catching you at a bad time, but, I'm about to run out the door myself. There's something that I was really excited to tell you about, but, I don't know if you've seen me on Facebook. I've been doing a lot of chef work. I've been doing a lot of chef work, and there's, same thing as Mary. I want to travel the world. I want to learn all about the other kinds of cooking, and I really do. But it's hard on a part-time basis, and there's something that I've been doing. It's another business project I've been doing myself for a little while. It's doing pretty well in the Dallas area, you came to mind because I remember your training. I really liked you as a leader. You taught me a lot in the marketing and the direct sales, and I'd love to put it in front of you. Even if it's not something that you're personally interested in, I'd love for you to take a look at it because you might know someone that it would work great for. But I don't know what your schedule looks like these days. So, I mean, tell me what days would work best, Wednesday or Friday. She said Friday. Boom. She said she would love to look at it for me and see what she can do.
Perfect. No criticism. Zero. It's awesome.
Got to stop saying sorry, though.
Yeah, you kind of tied it in. You kind of tied it into being in a hurry. So it actually kind of made me a little less concerned about it. I still don't like the sorry thing just because of the posture aspect. It just puts her in a little. It just immediately, as soon as you say sorry, boom, up their power goes, down your power goes. It just is it's a weird thing. It's small but important, I think. But it's you.
Sorry.
That's the thing. It's
I'm
you.
Just kidding.
Sorry. Now I feel powerful. No. It's okay. The way you used it in that particular context was fine. I'm not worried about it. And at the end of the day, she said yes. So who am I to criticize? I think that was a perfect invite. That was a great job. Good deal.
Awesome. Thank you. So that was yesterday.
All right. Fantastic. So today, how did today go?
Today, it ended up a lot of people were open to do presentations today. So I actually did, I had 4 scheduled. No, I'm sorry. You know what? I penciled in 1 incorrectly, so I thought I had 4. Ended up having 3. I did one with Sandy. No, I'm sorry, not Sandy. Goodness gracious. I spoke about Gloria with you this morning. That did not end the way that I would have liked it to. She kind of was preemptively standoffish, just, I think that she thought I was trying to, and I said the kind of thing that you told me to send to her, because she was very busy. I like to send a 30 minutes ahead message saying, I just wanted to double check that we are still good for 3 p.m. today. I don't put a question mark. I put a period, like it's a statement. It is set in stone. And she sent me a very elaborate but very gentle, kind of apologetic way of saying, this looks like something that's probably in sales. I'm so busy. 10 a.m. ended up, I'm actually busy at 10. So even though I set an appointment with her, it did not end up going the way that I would have hoped it would. Even if she had said no at the end, she would have at least seen it. But she really didn't give me the chance to get it in front of her. I don't think she really wanted to even commit that time. We're not very close. I haven't really seen her in a long time. She was my hairdresser. And right. I don't really, that's never happened before. I've had something similar, but nothing like, not even a shot. So I don't know what you would say about that.
Well, first of all, you sent me the text that she sent to you, and I then sent you a text back, what you should say to her, basically saying, look, I actually don't want you to join anything. What I'm doing may or may not be for you, and in fact, it may not even be for you. I believe in a big takeaway. When someone steals the power from you like that, like she's just done, she's done what a lot of people do and make a huge assumption about what she thinks it is. And then obviously she knows what her life's like, which is probably very busy. She's probably constantly hustling and thinking, another thing on my plate, I can't do it. So she's doing a couple of things, one of which is not forgivable. The other one is forgivable. The one thing that is forgivable is she knows she's busy. She knows what her life's like. She's got no room for anything else. The thing that's not forgivable is to not even give someone a chance to take a look. And so that's why I said to you, is to take it away from her and say, look, it's not something that I'm necessarily asking you to do. In fact, it may not even be your thing. But bearing in mind the number of people you talk to on a regular basis, a very big part of the business for me is networking and creating awareness. And so I just want you to take a look at what's going on so that you're aware of what I'm doing, so that as you're chatting to your clients and this type of thing, if there's ever someone who's relevant, you can send them my way. So I'm assuming she didn't respond positively to that either.
She didn't respond at all. actually.
Yeah,
so
she's
I think,
made her mind up. She's made her mind up, and that's fine. So, yeah, cut the cord, purge her for minimum 3 months, maximum 6 months. And when we call her next time, we're going to go through, it'll be, hey, we spoke 6 months ago. Just wanted to update you on what I was talking to you about 6 months ago. And we then talk about what's changed in, you're now been promoted twice in the business. You're now financially free or whatever it happens to be. She's not going to know what the business is all about, but, you can talk about you've had massive growth and this type of thing. And, hey, in 3 to 6 months' time, her timing may be different. But for right now, she's not going to steal the power from us. You're going to take it away from her. You're going to purge her from the list, and she's going to be on your drip list to follow up in 3 to 6 months. Period. Done. Dusted. The power's with you. You talked about being fierce. Boom. You are fierce again. Exactly.
Yeah.
So good job. No problem. Take it away from her.
Awesome.
She's forgiven because I'm sure she does feel. I know hairdressers crazy busy, and they're constantly.
And she's going back to school.
Yeah.
And she's going back to school and has 3 kids.
Yeah. Well, why she going now? Why ask yourself the question? Why are you going back to school? She needs to make more money.
Yeah.
She's got to elevate something. She's got to, put herself in a position where she can make more money. So, but in 3 to 6 months' time, it may be a better time to talk to her. Who knows? She may have had a bad day yesterday or whatever, but we are going to purge her. We're going to get her off the list for 3 months and talk to her again then. So no problem. Good job.
Awesome. The other person I spoke with, actually, it was an invite. Someone called me back, Van. The person that was like the GM and everything, he called me back. He was actually a good example of someone that tried to, try and take the power, try and figure out what it is right now. I did the thing was in a rush. He's living in Denver, Colorado right now. It's pretty cool. Found a little bit up about his current situation, but he was, I told him I was in a rush, about to head out, and I was on a road trip today to see my grandfather. But when I was on the call, he was actually headed out the door as well to go to France.
Oh, sweet!
So, yeah, I know France is awesome, and he's going to be there for 3 weeks. So I was just trying to do something like before that, he was trying to figure out what it was. Just give me a quick, give me something quick so I know what it is. So I don't fall for that anymore. I'll sooner take it away before giving something, anything like that, because I'm not going to misrepresent it. And so I was like, you know what, I would love to, but I'm not. It's more of a visual thing. I would love to have, a solid 20 minutes to give you a brief, business overview. It's just a little bit easier that way. I found it works. When are you going to get back from Paris? And he was like, it's going to be about 3 weeks. I'm like, perfect. Let's set up a time then. I'll call you in 3 weeks, and let's figure out a time that works best for you, okay? He said, awesome, that works fine. So it wasn't an exact date set, but, 3 weeks is far away, and he may not know an exact date, and I may not know either. So I want to be, consistent in following up with him so that he knows I need business.
Yeah, and way to posture, too. Way to posture.
Thank you.
That was awesome. Not giving it to him. That's great. Perfect. Good job. Well done.
Appreciate
Being
it.
in a hurry really helps as well.
Yeah, it does. It really does. And bringing it back and not dropping my head on that. But, and then last but not least, David, the presentation that you helped me with out tonight. Mm-hmm. So when I called him, I told him I wanted his feedback. When I did the invite and everything, I had the presentation set up tonight. He watched both the videos. The 2 videos that I asked him to watch were the first one that pops up on the presentation and the opportunity, and then I asked him to watch the getting paid video because I like for people to know how I get paid. It's one of the things that gets people involved because they need to make money or want to make more. And so he watched those. The rest really from there. But when you exited the call, because he was kind of very set in what he what he had decided already after watching. He told me that he would love to give me referrals. He's actually thought of 3 to 4 different people because the company that I was working with him before, so a lot of people drop out because there is a lot of negativity that comes at you every day. And what's cool about it is that you're trained to deal with that and get over it and move on, just keep doing your work. So, you know, he was really good about that, but he also knows a lot of people that have stopped doing it and are looking for part-time stuff, also in the MLM range of businesses. So he was like, I really, really do want to help you. And honestly, further down the line in like maybe 3 months, if it's something that looks interesting to me again, I would like to take a look. So he kind of did my job for me on that last part.
Yeah, that was interesting. Let's for those who are listening in on the call, let's just fill people in. When I got on the three-way call, he was a categoric no, and his immediate response was, obviously, I'm not going to have time for doing something like this. And I think you cleared it with me, Dani, that he is actually looking to set up his own business in the field that he's currently in. So I'm sure he's got being a business owner, and sometimes you fall in love with what you're building, and obviously he's in love with his current business project that he's working on, and something else. There's no room in your heart for something new, and that's what I was getting from this guy. He just was saying, I don't have the time, but I was hearing also doesn't have the brain space for it right now, and so I immediately told him, I said, look, I'm not on. I was a three-way call, so obviously immediately I said, I'm not on the call to try and close anyone. I just want to make sure that I show that Dani has support, and to make sure if there are any questions. He said he has no questions. But what I did, I covered a couple of things, just said, well, look, I understand that this is not for you, so I took it away from him. So we got the power back, which was good, and it also helped him relax, and said, well, look, I had the same issues when I first got started. I'm a business owner, as many of you on the call know, a couple of restaurants, music industry business, blah, blah, blah as well. But this is a business built for busy people. And, the timing happened to be right for me. It's not right for you. I understand that. Another nice little takeaway. The timing happened to be right for me, and now it's a business actually making more money than any of my other businesses. I just wanted it to understand that this wasn't a little, kind of side business that you do on the side. It can be, but it's also something that is a very serious business that can out-earn restaurants. And he acknowledged that, which was great. The next fallback was, of course, for him to ask him to be your customer. And despite me trying to guilt him into it, because he didn't want to move away from direct energy, I was like, well, why do you want to support some corporation you don't even know and not help Dani? But he wouldn't move, so I thought, okay, well, all right, bud, no problem. But he did, on the call with me, he was saying I obviously said that, obviously, Dani, you're younger and we want to help you in what you're doing. And, I said I really appreciated his willingness to help you with referrals. And then I exited the call. We found out if there was an opportunity there wasn't there, either for the business or a customer. But I did say that, we would follow up with him. And then I got off the call. But then, so what you're telling me about is what happened after the call. So obviously there was something rolling in his mind. I think he's probably genuinely a very good, a genuine guy who genuinely does want to help. He's got his reasons for not wanting to be a customer. I don't know if he has any actual other connections with Direct Energy, but with his offer to help you with all of those other people, I think obviously you won him over and did a great job, so well done.
Thank you. Oh, side note, he actually said that he was curious to get to know you better, but you jumped off the call quickly. I mean, I know why you did, but I just thought I'd add that in there. He wanted to know you better, and so I was like, hey, you know what, we do a business meeting and team building stuff. He asked me about how I like training and how I get the kind of training that I get. So I was actually on the call a little bit longer than I expected after you jumped off, because he did have more questions, but it was like more directly for me, I guess, about the training I get. And I told him about the Thursday nights, and I was like, I would love for you to come. Like, Richard is there sometimes, and when he's not at the other one. And there's a lot of other leaders as well that have very unique and successful stories of their own, so I'd love to have you sometime. And so I'm going to invite him this upcoming Thursday. If he doesn't come, I'm going to keep inviting him.
No, that's a fantastic idea. He obviously has some self-interest in there, and I respect that. He's a businessman. He's looking to expand his business. He's obviously very sharp. I'd be delighted to meet with him. Awesome. And interested to, he's being open to us. We need to be open to him. If you want change, be the change. And I'm always open to most things. As long as it's not going to physically harm me or bankrupt me, I'm open to pretty much anything.
I'm so happy you added them in there, or else I would have started drifting and thinking about all the things you want.
Yeah, there are a couple of qualifications in there. Yeah, I've got to make sure that I don't get myself hurt. But, so good job. Very good job. And, with people like, the number of Yellow Jackets and big earners that that said no a number of different times until the penny drops. And I get it. So you never know. He could be one of those guys. And he definitely is the type of guy that would kill it if he got interested in this type of business. So great job. Great job.
Laser focused. Thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem. Anything else?
That's it.
Good job.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. On Sunday, we're going to go through the week. We're going to go through the call, just a brief overview. And for the people who are going to be listening on the call, I want them to hear, kind of how your week went as a structure, because, I kind of, I'm like an old playing record now about how I believe that genuine structure, job-like structure, where it's just something you're doing every day without thinking about it, like turning up to work, is the key to this business. And I want you to, if you wouldn't mind, have a think about that, about how you like to talk to the folks who are listening, because you have a different perspective. You're 24 rather than, most of the people on the call have been, probably over 40. We've had some other young folks as well, but I think you have a really interesting perspective. And so,
thank you.
So I'd like to have a look at your numbers. How many calls you made, how many plans you got to show. I don't care who joined, who didn't join. That's not what we do. This call is about getting the opportunity to show the plan.
Okay, I'll write something up.
Yeah, so have a think. I just like the numbers, and then about your feeling for the week and the difference that it made this week having some structure and an accountability partner compared to your other weeks. And if you want to continue this type of process, or you don't feel that it's benefiting your business enough to do it. And honesty is fine. Either way is perfectly fine. But you better say what I want you to say, otherwise you're in trouble.
Absolutely.
No pressure. No.
Yes.
All right, my lovely. Well, I like being called sir. That'll work. All right. Well, it's pretty late, so I'll let you get off the phone, my lovely. Thank you so much. I've really enjoyed the week with you. I mean, I love you anyway. So to spend some time like this over the week, that'll be that was a lot of fun this week, and then we'll chat again.
What was your favorite week?
It was my it was one of my favorite 20 weeks that I've done. How's that?
Awesome. I guess
Did I cover myself? Now you feel like $1 million. No, it was my favorite week almost. Okay. So. All right, my lovely. Thank you so much for your candor this week and your vulnerability and everything. And then we'll chat some more on Sunday, and we'll see your week out and get you planned for, if this is something you'd like to continue about. I think you already have an accountability chosen, so I think I know which direction you want to go, and I know who that person is as well. And boy, is she going to keep you accountable. So let's chat about that on Sunday, my lovely.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Hey, anytime. I'll see you on Sunday.
All right. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye, sweetheart. Bye-bye.